trying to remember Burr Brown, and our foundations are part of that legacy. And before we get to the meat, to hear about the students and hear the comments from the deans, I'd like to also introduce our trustees who are here today. John Carter, formerly headed IBM here in Tucson, is one of our trustees, worked at Burr Brown. And Jerry's honored Professor Jerry Swanson, who taught at the University of Arizona in the economics department for over 40 years. And won, I think, all the teaching awards that there were. And my sister, Mary Bernal. And unfortunately, Jack Jewett, Sean Kirkpatrick, and Michael Hard, and Dan Janes were all working and unable to come. But they send you their regards. And none of this would really happen were it not for the staff, because we're doing a lot these days. So I'd like to introduce our staff members that are here. Barbara Gray runs our economic education programs. Bobby Shore, where are you, Bobby? There you are. She manages our grants program. And Megan Kurtz, who works closely with a lot of the teachers in K-12 who we're doing professional development with. So I'd ask for a hand for all those. That's how Burr Brown is at play still. So with that, I will stop talking, and I'd like to introduce Dean Head to come make a few remarks on behalf of engineering.
So I was told I need to keep my remarks relatively short, so 40 or 50 minutes is the typical classroom time. No, just kidding. So I haven't seen the video before. It was really great for me to get to see it, so I'm glad I get to come to lunch and see the video now. It's very inspirational. I think we need, in the strategic plan, Joaquin, we need to add a College of Serendipity, because a lot comes out of serendipity, along with excellence and other things. But on behalf of the College of Engineering and the university and Eller College, College of Science, we want to thank the Brown Foundation, Sarah, Mary, what you guys have done, and the opportunity that you've given us and these students to pursue that excellence that your father talked about in the video is inspirational and really gives us a real opportunity to have significant impact going forward. So thank you. The faculty and the students benefit greatly from this. Today we have two Thomas R. Brown alumni here. Chris Utter is here. Yeah. Chris is a research supervisor of analytics and optimization of modular mining system. Chris was one of my students. I was very lucky to have him in class. Usually when you have students that are that good, they challenge you significantly. So both through his undergraduate and graduate work. And then Jeannie Wilkening, she's working on her PhD in environmental engineering at the UC Berkeley. She's one of only 15 Churchill scholars that were selected in the 2016-17 class year. She's unable to attend, but we're very proud of the impact of having been a Brown scholar, a recipient of a scholarship has had on her life. So. And I know Chris is very grateful, and has he turned out great. So thank you. What I'd like to do, excuse me, would like to do is ask all of the engineering Thomas R. Brown scholars to stand, and then I'll read off the list of names. So if you could all stand right now, I'll read the names. Savannah Armstrong, Paul Collier, Gordon Downs, and Gordon is also a McGuire scholar. Reagan Fornstrom, Diane Garland, Anthony Dito, who's also a McGuire scholar, Rachel Gorlick, Adriana Mitchell, Alexander Moore, Kyle Norland, Justin Palacios, Melissa Requist, Jacob Richard, Adriana Stone. So these are our engineering recipients that are here today, so congratulations to all of you. One of the things that we really like to see is that when they put the list together, there was only one McGuire scholar in engineering, and now there's several. And as I understand, in some of the programs that they have in McGuire, we have 20 or 22 engineers now working on teams with the business students. So, great, thank you all. You can sit down now. Thank you. Our speaker this afternoon is Justin Palacios. Justin is a junior pursuing a degree in material science and engineering with a minor in math. He's the president of Wildcat Fencing, the university's Epee Fencing Sports Club, and plays violin with the U of A Philharmonic. Justin is involved with Materials Advantage and Caremos, and is also a member of the U of A Magic Club. Excuse me. With a 4.0 GPA, Justin aims to participate in summer internships, then plans to complete the Master of Science or the Accelerated Master's Program in the MSc department. So, Justin, I'm going to call you to the podium.
Thank you. I would first like to thank the Thomas R. Brown Foundation for helping me attend this university, for providing me with generous financial support, and, of course, for feeding me such delicious food. My experience at the U of A would have been entirely different, if not non-existent, were it not for this scholarship. It is the base that I can build everything else upon, and the financial burden it alleviates frees up time for me to make the most of my time here. I've been able to spend my hours bettering myself as an engineer to the best of my ability, and participating in activities that I enjoy. My time here at the U of A has made me a better person in every way. When I first came to the university, I was immediately drawn to the material science and engineering department because, I'll be honest, they had the flashiest demonstrations of all the engineering disciplines. Levitating superconductors, shape memory alloys, how could I say no to it? That being said, I don't regret my decision to study MSE for a single moment. Each day, I feel as if I get a deeper understanding as to how the world works, and each day I see myself becoming closer and closer to someone who will be able to go out into the world and make a change for the better. As time goes on, I find that I can solve problems and grasp concepts that freshman year Justin never would have been able to, back when I thought the hardest thing in the world was unit conversion. This scholarship has given me the time necessary to fully grasp what I study. I've been able to make all my classes, attend office hours, and even participate in research with organic electronics, all because I don't have to balance these with a job. Year after year, I see things becoming easier and easier to do. I can study more efficiently, solve problems more quickly, and manage my time well enough to squeeze in my hobbies alongside it. As I see myself improving with my time management, I'm excited to think about just how much further I still have to go. To a lot of you, I'm sure I don't even know the definition of the word busy. But soon, hopefully very soon if things go well, I will be able to dive headfirst into my future with years of preparation behind me. The progress I see isn't just that I'm becoming a more knowledgeable materials engineer, but I'm also becoming a better person as a whole. Although I may not have all the answers now, the College of Engineering is shaping me into someone with the ability to figure it out. I have the Brown Foundation to thank for making this transformation in my character possible every day. I also have the Brown Foundation to thank for giving me time to pursue my other interests. After a hard day of studying linear algebra, what could be a better way to de-stress than to gear up and stab some of my closest friends in Wildcat Fencing? How else to round out my evening than to create music in the UA Philharmonic? Even in my leisure, I see improvement too. I find myself growing stronger as a violinist, and as president of Wildcat Fencing, I see myself not only becoming a better athlete, but also a better leader. My extracurriculars are in no way a waste of time. They too have helped shape my betterment with problem solving and communication. They also give me time to reflect on the decisions I make and the path I am on as an engineering student. This scholarship has given me time, and I have spent that time making sure I am constantly improving at everything I do. Although my future is still undetermined, it does not worry me. One thing I know for certain is I will continue to maintain this continuous improvement throughout my life, regardless of where I end up. It is a lesson I have had the fortune to learn thanks to the generosity of the Thomas R. Brown Foundation, and it is a lesson I will keep with me forever. From the absolute bottom of my heart, thank you.
It's great to be here. This video, it's so incredible, and it makes me reflect what a great time it is now to be at this wonderful university. We have right now an incredible collaboration between engineering, science, and management like we hadn't seen before for many years. And that, to me, resonates a lot with what Tom Brown was saying right off the start, right? How the disciplines have to come together, management, engineering, And I think this is what we're seeing right now happening at the University of Arizona. As you know, we have a new president. We have a new strategic plan being worked out. And it's about forming the university, creating the students for the next wave of what is being called the fourth industrial revolution. Names come and go, but what we are witnessing here is what Thomas Brown was already talking about, right? The exponential number of transistors that you can fit in the chip, how things move very fast. The convergence of technology. So it's the continuation of what happened in the 50s and 60s, but at a much faster speed. And when you have exponential changes and you have convergence of technologies like the biosciences and the material sciences and the digital sciences, that's where the collaboration makes a lot of sense between management, engineering, sciences, and all the disciplines. The other thing that's important to realize with rapid changes, we need to create environments for our students where they learn by doing, because that traditional way of getting a textbook, get in front of the students, teach them, have them go off, work on the exercise, come back, that's too slow. Things are moving very fast. Industry is ahead of us in many ways. We have to partner with industry. We have to create environments where we are all benefiting from that collaboration, intensive. And I'm so happy to say that I'm working again with engineering and science on this great partnership for a downtown incubator, accelerator, or collision of ideas type of place where we all work together to really understand the innovations and move things ahead. So I'm so thankful to the Brown Foundations because you have been supporting us in this journey. In the Eller College, you have been supporting the economics dimension. And don't forget, along with engineering, business, and science, economics has to be there. Right? There is no innovation without a viable economic model. So economics is very important. Jerry Swanson was teaching how many years you taught that 43 years, got all the awards. So we have that wonderful tradition there. And the support that you give to our stellar professor, Luncheon Chen, and Price Fishback, it's incredible. We need to be able to attract and retain the best faculty. So my gratitude to the foundations, and I'm so happy to be doing what I'm doing right now in the Eller College. I think the future is going to be incredible. So I'd like to take some time now to introduce our McGuire students, our current Brown scholars. And I'll read their names and ask them to stand. Anthony Ditto, Gordon Downs, Mohammed Majdi, and Brandon Bass. And I would also like to introduce our second speaker of the afternoon, Brandon Bass. Brandon is a senior in the Honors College. He's studying computer engineering with a minor in entrepreneurship. He has held research positions in Munich, Germany, helping doctorate student Florian Birnkammer in his research of electrical motors. He has also held research positions on campus in the Steward Observatory under the NASA Space Grant to help a postdoctoral student, Jordan Stone, in his survey of exoplanets. He serves as the philanthropy chairman of his fraternity and is a member of the Global Water Brigades, taking trips once a year to help build sustainable water systems for those in need. Currently, he volunteers with TEALS, a program that is supported by Microsoft Philanthropies. It gives volunteers like Brandon the opportunity to teach the fundamentals of computer science to high school students. Please join me in welcoming Brandon Bass.
So first off, I just want to thank you guys for inviting me here and surrounding me with like such intellectual people. It's pretty rare to be in a room full of this much talent, so I just want to thank the foundation for gathering us all here. And as Dean Goes mentioned, so I'm a senior in the Honors College studying computer engineering, and right now I have the opportunity to work with 2 McGuire projects through Eller. The first one, I have the opportunity with working with Kyle in the back, another Brown scholar, creating a system of drones to help pollinate date trees. So we're working to autonomously pollinate date trees with a system of drones that currently would help all industries. So it can be applied to any type of agriculture, and the Eller College is funding us for this. So we just made a trip down to Yuma and got to visit the farms and fly drones, take pictures, get things ready for computer vision projects that we're gonna be doing in the future. And it's super exciting that we even have this opportunity. So I wanna thank the McGuire Foundation for that. And the second project I'm working on, also through McGuire, is to help marry the business ideas with engineering. So a lot of times if you just stick to one college, you only get a one-sided picture. So if you're just in engineering, you might not ever get to meet with all the marketing, the finance things until you actually get into business. And this allows us to actually work hand in hand with marketing students, with finance students, and get a feel for what it would be like to start a business, to start a venture. And I wish I could say that I felt like Elon Musk, like coming up with new business plans for Tesla or SpaceX. But the reality is that we're more like an Edison bunch. It's a lot of trial and error, it's a lot of failure. We come out with our eyes shining with new ideas, and a lot of them crash. A lot of them, you take them out, you do an analysis, and you realize that they're not gonna work as you planned. And that's the reality. None of us would be here if we were afraid of failure. You would not be an engineer if you were afraid of getting a poor grade, because that's the reality of engineering. You wouldn't be a McGuire student if you want to go into entrepreneurship if you thought every business idea you had was going to work. We have to take these into consideration, that we are going to fail and we're going to learn most from our failures. So that's something that both of these are really teaching us, and it's helping us grow, like you're saying, at more of an exponential rate. We can actually go out there and fail continuously and have the support of the Brown Foundation to keep lifting us up, to telling us to keep trying again and pick ourselves up. So I've enjoyed everything I've been doing and the projects that I've been given. And I just want to tell the younger students here that to not shy away from the challenges. If you think you have too much on your plate, you can add one more. There's always room to grow. There's so many opportunities here, and never shy away from something that you think you might fail at, because likely you might fail, but you're going to succeed later on, and it'll help you in the long run. So thank you guys for having me, and enjoy the rest of your lunch.